hating on my energy? Ooh, say why you hating on my energy? Say why you hating on my energy? I don't think you wanna be my enemy. Ooh, hey, why you hating on my energy? Ooh, say why you hating on my energy? Say why you hating on my energy? I don't think you want.
Hello everybody. I am feeling better. Had some rest here at the house, but we got to get ready for the work week. Like I say, I'm feeling better. We're gonna get back at it next week. Didn't wash the truck or the trailer because it rained earlier today. It's supposed to rain the rest of the day and tomorrow, so I'm gonna take advantage of this little break and grease the truck. I checked it over, I got it running, but it's time to grease it. So while it's running, I am going to grease my steering shaft. I get it spun around. Okay, I can grease my steering shaft now. A little bit down. Slip joint. Spin it around. Again. Just find the other one. How if I can get it to stay for me. Steering grand. Now I'm gonna shut it off and grease the rest of the truck. Now I can grease the rest of the truck. Check everything over underneath while I'm under there greasing too. Get my gloves back on. I really need to degrease all this stuff. Don't have any more degreaser, but it really need to be degreased after all that. Oh, where is this one at? Right here. Got that one. I don't know how often y'all grease y'all truck. But I try to grease mine every 2 weeks. Some do every week, but I try to do every 2 weeks. In order for a temporary fix, because I knew eventually I'm gonna have to get a spindle. Well, I've already done kingpins in it, so I know next time we do kingpins I'm gonna have to get a spindle anyway. So for the temporary fix to keep me rolling, especially while I was out on the road, it was okay. I like to see grease come out. I know it was pushing a lot of grease out on this side, but I like to see grease come out on both sides. So it's pushing a lot out here, but then I start seeing grease come out on this side, so that's why I stopped. May seem like a waste of grease, but I like to see grease come out on both sides. That way I know it's greased good. Yeah. Ooh. Good there. See, when you know your truck is greased good, it doesn't take a whole lot of grease. I needed to grease my truck last week, because last week would have been 2 weeks, but I was slacking and didn't get it did. So this week is the 3rd week, but we're getting it did. Always got to make sure you grease your S-cam tubes good. And I like to grease my truck myself versus going to a lube shop, because a lube shop tends to miss some grease fittings. Plus, I know if I grease it myself, I can check over everything, make sure everything is good. All right, so like I slide under here, and your clutch linkage has 2 grease fittings, 1 on each side. I like to grease those. That way I know the linkage inside the transmission is greased. But you don't take, it doesn't take but, you know, 2 little pumps and you're good. And your throwout bearing get it. And the other side has, it's starting to rain. I'm gonna have to lay down on the other side and get it. Oh, this rain's gonna catch me. Oh, and, get this U-joint. Oh, I love that sound. Popping that grease out of there. All right, let's see here if I can get, see this right here. It's the other side of your linkage inside your transmission for your clutch release. So I got that one greased. So all that's greased. Now, being that I'm hung up on the bracket, all right. Okay. I don't see nothing. Slide out from up under here and get on the other side of my tank support bracket. Since my truck is lower, it's a little more work involved, but it's all good. Okay, so now we can slide up under here. This U-joint, get the dirt off of there that I so graciously put on there. And the same way, you want to see grease come out of each ends of your cap. So I got grease coming out of all 4 corners. That way, I know those needle bearings in there are greased and they are good. As if you don't, you're liable to have U-joint failure. And yeah, always make sure that you got grease come out all 4 corners of your U-joint. Oh, that's on the top. And now I grease this slip joint. Out of grease. Out of grease. Perfect spot to run out of grease too. I get this grease. So any like excesses, globs of grease like that, always kind of go behind myself. Clean up, because one, I don't want all that grease just hanging around to clean up, but two, it goes great on the fifth wheel. All right, let's grab another tube. Let's swap this tube of grease out. Believe it or not, I found this grease guard on the road. Some poor soul lost it. It was laying in the middle of the road. I didn't know what it was, so I just stopped and picked it up and get it out of the road. And when as it was in a case, so I grabbed the case. I was like, oh, something's in there. And I opened it up, and doggone it, it was this John Deere grease gun with an extra battery and a charger. I was like, man, my days of hand pumping are over. Yep. All right. New tube of grease in. Let's finish it up. There we go. That one. Let's slide under the rear end and get this joint. Yep, all four corners. Slip joint. Uh-oh. Battery getting weak. Come on, baby. 3 more joints. Or 3 more grease fittings. It died. But I got grease on all 4 joints. We made it. And it's dead. Thank goodness. All right, now let's slide out from up under here. I don't see any issues. Oh, my brakes look pretty good. Oh. So I believe we are good to go. And that is in essence of a grease job for me. Now, some fifth wheels, they'll have, you know, grease fittings out here that you have to grease your fifth wheel and stuff. But for the life of me, as long as I've had this truck, I've never had any fittings right there on my fifth wheel. All right, but that's a typical grease job. Now, there is one fitting I will say, this fitting right here, you can grease on your gearbox for your pitman arm. Well, I was told a long time ago that don't grease it because you will create an issue. Well, you'll start having power steering fluid push past that seal. So I've never greased, well, I ain't gonna say I've greased it maybe once or twice, never had any issues, but that's just me. All right. And there are two other fittings on your linkage. One is here for your clutch pedal, and then there's another one down there on the frame. Now, I don't grease those every time I grease the truck. I say, so I didn't grease them this time. Next time I will grease them. But I know where every grease fitting is on my truck, and I, you know, do my maintenance, so I know that everything is greased and I get to check over everything. All right, appreciate you. I figured I'd just, you know, do a little pop-up video of me greasing my truck. Maybe I'll help some of y'all that are owner operators, and hey, you can grease your own truck. It's not that difficult. You can get a hand pump grease gun, or you can go, I mean, Milwaukee makes one. This is a John Deere one. Probably some other brands out there, but these electric ones, they are really nice. I mean, it takes minimal effort to grease your truck, and to greasing your truck, you get hands-on to see if there's any issues up underneath. And it's always good to know where all your grease fittings at, because hey, preventive maintenance. If you knew everything is greased, especially like on your drive line, I feel like you're less likely to drop a drive line going down the road. And always make sure all 4 caps have grease coming out, because if you don't, if you have one, that could tell you could start having those needle bearings. You could have bearing failure in that U-joint, and that'll cause you to drop a drive line. All right, I'm gonna get this all cleaned up, and I'm gonna let my hood down, and we're gonna go back in the house and get ready to watch the Super Bowl today. Yep. Y'all have a good one. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate for y'all subscribing. And if you're new, make sure you hit that like, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and the bell to get notifications when I make a new post. Y'all have a good weekend. We'll catch you next week. Peace.
All hail Megatron.